What is up guys, Aegis Rick here, bringing you a guide to a little indie game I've been enjoying for the past month called Valdis Story. If you're new to my channel, I specialize in action MMOs and games. Check me out sometime. Anyway, before we start, I just want to throw some things out there. This video is quite obviously going to have some spoilers in it. Because of this, I highly suggest for your sake that you play through the game at least once without following any sort of guides, as it would make the experience a lot more fun. On top of that, I'm just going to assume that you guys know all of the key items and souls and where to get them, as would be necessary in a normal playthrough. This game is kind of open-ended, so I'm going to be rescuing the members in a route that has worked for me personally. You tell me if you have any suggestions to better this route. But that's about it guys, let's go. Now the search for crew members starts only after going far enough along to obtain access to the library, which is part of the main storyline. We'll start there. Once making your way to the library, you'll have to fight a green knight and a pair of angels before progressing, after which Wladim will come meandering along, becoming the first obtainable crew member. Wladim can identify any old books you happen to find throughout your playthrough. I suggest getting Daborsk afterwards, as he's only accessible by making your way through the library, which is pretty convenient for us right now. Make your way upwards toward the save point in the top left room, and you can see a slightly unnoticeable skeleton door to the left of it. Daborsk is your upgrade for light type soul magic. Continuing left back towards the town of Hira, one room to the left of Daborsk, you will meet up with Gilda to fight a crew of green angelic monsters. There'll be a knight, angel, and a monk. She, as far as I know, is also unmissable. If you're just worried about picking up crew members, I suggest making a quick pit stop back in the Forsaken Garden, the area you were just in previously. Progressing towards the very topmost portion of the dungeon will take you to a long room that usually has 2 poison mages in it. However, if you've unlocked the library, Rin Sparris will be there instead, and she even takes care of the enemies in there for you. How nice of her. You generally don't have the means to pick up everybody without progressing through the game a bit. I say we make our way back to the town of Tagrum by way of the newly repaired tram. Doing so will trigger an event with Adelan, the girl we met at the very beginning of the game, who will now join the crew. Now to progress through the storyline, you actually have 2 ways of traveling back to the town of Ishq. I suggest backtracking through the Tagrum derelicts and fighting that Yeti you ran away from earlier in the game if you haven't already. Doing so will actually save the civilians in the sunken prison, a town you'll find much later in the game. You will miss this opportunity if you go to Ishq without fighting the Yeti boss. After the boss fight, keep backtracking. You'll pass by a room that is blocked by a skeleton door as indicated here on the map. Dave Mack apparently didn't think to simply walk down this here hole. Anyway, he's your blacksmith that can handle the loot from the optional Raven boss. Finally, take the skeleton door that leads to the Western Skyway. From this save point, take the upwards path that leads to the long sky path with pits to jump over. Proceed almost to the end of the room and take a fall down the very last pit on the left. This clever bastard Yama D, the merchant that can handle your optional Yeti boss loot, will be hiding there. You can even use an ice pillar to climb back up to fight the upcoming Magus boss battle. After defeating Magus, you can find Walter, the upgrader for your dark magic, by taking this path immediately from the boss room. The door is blocked by a green gunner who has a few friends with him. You can find Conte, a healing defensive assist, at pretty much any point in time after entering Ishq. Make your way towards the bottom left exit of the map. In this next room you can find him by jumping on the ledge above the guard, and then jumping towards the top right of the map. He's over there doing something. Screwing around or something. Progress through the storyline until you're asked to explore the Guardian Temple for the Elder's Hammer. Doing so will inevitably trigger an unmissable cutscene with Raze, a boomerang assist type. He mentions someone else is down there with him, but currently we cannot rescue them, and thus will be forced to backtrack here later. After returning the Elder's Hammer, take the top right exit of Ishq to make your way towards the sewers. Once inside, you also get a one-way fight with Distan. After the boss battle, go one room to your right and make your way to the bottom left of the map. In there will be Bolverk, a freezing melee assist who is encased in ice, guarded by 2 green angels. You'll need the fire soul to punch him free. Now make your way to the top right of the large map to the enter the sewer save point. Head one room to your right to the large room. Follow this quick path and make an ice pillar to get atop the ledge to proceed to the bottom right exit. Edgar, your AG and finisher trainer, will be waiting there with a cutscene showing off how OP his shit is. Now it's time to save the people of Tagrum. Simply go and talk to the village elder. Doing so will trigger a cutscene with Adelan's brother, aka Shitface, and thus will save the city from impending doom. If you do not do this before defeating the 2 bosses necessary for the Divine Key, that is, Gernot and Treyu, the whole town's population will disappear and trigger a pretty sad cutscene. Inside the crystal mines, you want to make sure that you get everything done before you trigger the epic escape sequence. There are 2 crew members in the crystal mines, one of which must be done during the escape sequence. The other, Sir Pancakes, a buff type assist, is probably the most hidden one in the game. Head to this room, which is guarded by a single pyromancer. I suggest taking him out to make the jump easier. Head to this crumbling ledge and cast an ice pillar as close to the edge as possible. Then try to jump as far as possible to reach the room Pancakes is in. It's easiest to reset this room by taking the bottom map if you mess up. After acquiring the devil key, you won't have much time, so try not to mess up the jumps. I know this guide isn't about items, but there is a devil door holding the dreadnought armor. Make your way up to the pyromancer's room and take the top left path. Inside is a demon door with Ben McSteely, an AG luck finisher trainer. Again, you will not have the opportunity to come back to the mine, so make sure you get these 2 guys. Obtaining the demon key and subsequently caving in the crystal mines will trigger a small quest line here in Ishq, in which the man below the village elder will alert you that their mana heater is about to go out, in which case everyone will die. Noted. Take the tram to Hiruk and just have a chat with the engineer there to have her give you the dead mana core. You'll need this much later to fix the heater, but just get it out of the way now. I suggest going to the ziggurat next to avoid unnecessary backtracking later. Take the tram to Tagram this time, and for the second time backtrack through the Tagram derelicts. We're just gonna go ahead and rescue another crew member on the way. Go back into the room where you picked up your very first master scroll and open up the demon door that's inside. You'll find Shunafi, the phantom soul finisher seller, awaiting rescue. Now you can go to the ziggurat. Now depending on who you're playing, Reyna or Wyatt, you rescue either at different points in this dungeon. If you were Reyna as I was, Wyatt will join you immediately following the boss battle with Gernot at the top of the tower. If you were playing as Wyatt, however, both Reyna and Fallon will join your crew immediately in the first room of the ziggurat. It should be noted that if playing as Reyna, Fallon is the very first assist you get immediately near the start of the game. Backtracking down from the ziggurat, immediately outside following the save room, there's a ledge in which you can use an ice pillar as well as your newly acquired void soul to maneuver past the spiked obstacles. At the end of the path there's a panda, Chapland Kin, a powerful laser cannon assist type. With the void soul in hand, make your way towards the western skyway. Before going, however, make a small detour up here where Alatan jumped at the very beginning of the game. Doing so will take you up here to this ledge. If you use your void soul to teleport to the opposite side, you'll see Axon hiding out here all quiet and mysterious like. Inside the engineer's palace, Cynthia, the ancient coin dealer for accessories, is probably way too easy to get. Simply head to this large room, which is prior to the save point in the engineer's palace, and initiate this crystal. If you make a time jump up this immediate wall, you merely have to head left to rescue this crew member. After getting the light soul, you have the means to getting quite literally everything in this game, items and such, assuming you didn't miss your chance. One thing to do right off the bat with the soul is to equip the light soul to your down magic and cast it just once. This will charge the mana core up to finally be delivered to Lieutenant Big Nose to finish the questline and save the civilians in Ishq. You should do that immediately after exiting the palace. Now I would say this is the best time to pick up Honest Davian, an ancient coin accessory dealer who has been stuck inside the Guardian Temple. He'll be in the bottom leftmost map behind a demon door, though sadly you're required to go through the entire dungeon again legit to get to him. Now luckily for us, we're also here to start working towards getting the final and hardest crew member. This greedy bastard only joins our crew if we hire him for 3 ancient coins. There are only 3 of them that are dropped from chests in the game, so it becomes a big scavenger hunt to find them. It should be noted that ancient coins can also be dropped from mobs depending on your luck stat. This only happens, however, if your luck is 5 or higher. If that's not the case, then it looks like you need these 3 chests. One is obtained here in the Guardian's Temple. This room here, following shortly after saving Honest Davian, has 3 long chimneys, all with chests in them. You need both the ice pillar and bolt jump to make it up this ledge in the middle, and that's why we've waited until now to get it. The second ancient coin requires the most backtracking yet, and requires you to go all the way back to the room of the second official boss fight, Tagu, in the mausoleum. You can also take this opportunity to pick up Shadow Boxer, a launching assist type. Start off the ancient mausoleum until you get to this room. You can trigger the crystal here to make a mad dash towards the door in the top left of the map. By now you can speedrun this with ease. As expected, Shadow Boxers can be attained through this door. But you're not done yet. You're gonna need to keep going towards pretty much the end of the mausoleum. As previously mentioned, the ancient coin is in the boss room for Tagu, the ancient mausoleum boss. Inside the boss room again, you'll need both the ice pillar and bolt jump to climb up this ledge and get the ancient coin. Finally, we're gonna find this elusive devil himself, who is actually located in the second room of the game in the tag room derelicts. As reference, it's the same room as the entrance to the ziggurat. Use an ice pillar to climb up the ledge near the top left entrance to reach the room he's hiding in. To your immediate left in this room is a hidden ancient coin behind the wall. That makes all 3 of them. Hire him and congratulations, you have saved every crew member and civilian in the game. Anyway guys, I appreciate you guys sticking around watching to the end of the guide. I really hope this has helped you. And man, I just gotta say, I wouldn't waste my time making a video like this if I didn't think it was worth it. So if you guys haven't played the game or if you're interested in it, this is definitely worth the buy, guys, on Steam. Link in the description below. Please like, favorite, and subscribe if you like this kind of content. And anyway guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys later.